Computer, right? Computer, and most of you also use cell phone, right? Okay, tell me, which one is more popular now? Computer or cell phone? Cell phone. So Asus, right? Sometimes people pronounce as Asus, very ugly, right? Asus, much better. So Asus, they produce computer, they produce cell phone. And which one sells better? This one, right? And so they changed the production line to produce cell phone rather than computer. But these 2 years is kind of different because what? Because of the pandemic. Because of pandemic, a lot of people stay home, and they need to learn, right? And they need to work. So what do they need? Computer. So because of that, notebook computers sell much better now. But you're going to see, because the pandemic is going to over soon, right? So the market for these will go down. So price of other goods. And so you know that when this one sells good, they produce more, supply increases. But when this one sells good, the same thing, they're going to produce more. So supply is going to increase. So it depends on what kind of product is popular. And technology. Usually technology is getting better. Okay? Usually it's that way. I cannot quite think of a way that technology is going to move backward. It's difficult. But if you have earthquake, flood, okay, it's going to hurt. It's going to cause damage to factories, roads, okay, infrastructures. If that happens, right? For example, you remember, what's that? 9/21, right? Right, 9/21 earthquake. A big earthquake hit Taiwan, and so you have roads broken, houses collapse, and no one can travel around. And so, for that cases, the supply going to decrease. The same thing to 311. That is the nuclear power accident in Japan, right? Subsidy, I think, is kind of easy to figure out, right? We say if you put subsidy on electric motorbike, what happened? They're going to produce more. And this year the subsidy is gone, right? So they produce less. Tax, cigarettes, okay? You put a tax on anything, it's going to increase it's going to decrease increase the price and decrease the demand. And there is one fuel tax. Fuel tax. 省肉饭. What's fuel tax? Fuel tax. 中国上 fuel tax. Yes. How is the tax in Taiwan? For fuel tax, you pay a lump sum, like for your bike, maybe $800. I'm not sure. A lump sum. But is it fair? It is not fair, right? Because supposedly the fuel tax is used for infrastructure of transportation. So bigger roads, better road, right? But how often do you use your motorbike? Seldom, right? But what about people going on Uber Eats? What's the other? Foodpanda, right? They use much more, and they pay the same tax as you. Is it fair? It is not. They use more, right? So, but if you're going to increase the fuel tax, okay? If you could increase the fuel tax, really that's good because reduce production, reduce the use of road, right? And so that everyone's going to get better environment. But who will oppose it? Taxi driver, Uber driver, and Panda driver, Foodpanda driver, right? Okay. Number of suppliers. When there are more suppliers, supply will increase. When there are fewer suppliers, the supply will go down. Okay? As a matter of fact, there are many examples about this. Cell phone is the best example, right? When iPhone just got out, it is the only producer of smartphone. So smartphone is very expensive, right? And then a lot of people learn from it. So if the price starts to go down. And then because of the downward trend of the price, even Apple cannot stem the floor, and it has to produce cheaper iPhones, right? And so because of that, more producers of this, and then you have Xiaomi, Oppo, whatever, right? So you basically, the price of smartphones is going down because there are more and more suppliers. But as a matter of fact, it's still very expensive, right? I really can't quite understand why people would pay $20,000, even $50,000 for a phone. It's crazy. I would rather get a computer, notebook. Okay, expectation. So if you expect a lot of expectation here, actually. So, for example, right? People expect next week, I think it is starting next week, you're gonna spend $5,000 voucher because you want, okay, voucher. That is the stimulus check. In the US, it's called stimulus check. In Taiwan, we call it, because it's not a check, right? So it's called a voucher, okay? I believe a lot of restaurants, theme parks, they are preparing for the increase in demand, right? So they prepare more food, prepare more clothing, a lot of things. So department store, restaurants, retail shops, they are all ready to get your money because of the expectation. Okay, so we finished the supply and demand, and then we talk about the interaction between supply and demand. So what happens if we have supply increases? Supply increases, price going to go down, quantity going to go up. Okay, if supply decreases, it's the opposite, right? Price going to go up, quantity going to go down. And then you have demand goes up, what happened? Price going to go up, quantity going to go up. And if you have demand goes down, price going to go down, and quantity going to go down. Okay, now the question here. Suppose you have supply goes up and demand goes down. What will happen? If supply goes up, demand goes down, what happened to price and quantity? Exactly. So, okay, tell me about price, quantity. So it is here, right? And then here. Okay, so you have supply goes up, price goes down, quantity goes up, and demand goes down, price goes down, quantity goes down, right? So you have, these two are consistent, they are the same. So price goes down. And what about here? No idea. It depends on which one has a bigger impact. Okay? So let's take a break.